building blocks of Building with Blocks. Today we're going on location to a public server called MCC Island, which is filled with a bunch of mini-games for the Minecraft Championship. We'll be covering 2 battle box maps and a sky battle map today. If you like what you see, you can add the server address play.mccisland.net to your server list to connect. Maybe I'll see you there. Let's get into it. So, first off, we can completely disregard the idea of any misplaced key angles. That's just not possible. And the reason for that is because we could be doing, combat from here. We could be doing it from anywhere, so there really are no key angles. We're going to start by just examining the colour palette. If we look at it, it's a very cold palette other than the wooden parts along here. But other than that, it's a nice saturated cold palette that uses a lot of stone. And this creates an urban sort of feel to it. The entire place is sort of urban, which is a very nice thing to have. I said that twice. Or suburban, I'm not quite sure what the word is. Other than that, the decoration is pretty low, other than some nicely placed bushes and trees. So like using a texture pack here, so the leaves look like that. And generally the texture pack helps to solidify the sort of vibe. Let's take a look at the shaping though. So you start here, and this is a very interesting opening bit. It's very symmetrical, and you see the boat, you see the river, you see the bridge, and you see the 2 trees. If we take a look at this angle, it's a very nice picturesque angle, and let's apply the rule of thirds. There we go. Got my phone open, and looking at it using the rule of thirds, we can see that these 2 objects here sort of line up on the lines, and it creates this lovely feel. And the same is mirrored from back here and here. We can actually go under it, and this creates a rather interesting sort of enclosed feel, as well, we are enclosed. There's a lot in the foreground and the background. It uses a cold colour palette to really enforce that. It's really nice. And if we take a look, you can see that the bits we can look out of are lined up on the rule of thirds, so that's lovely. Other than that, there aren't many more angles to take, so if you don't mind me, I am going to head all the way over to another one. Right, a very interesting one here, the haunted house stage. So this is where we start from, and we get this very interesting starting section. We're not actually in the house. If we take a look from above, it's an interestingly shaped house with sort of a T shape, and I think this is an asymmetrical battleground, and I think it's a really nice piece of shaping, especially for the battleground. Now if we take a look at this, this is very clearly designed with battles in mind, and all of these, you see, that there, that there, that there, and that there, line up as the points of interest, and each window lines up on the rule of thirds. If we go inside, we get this interesting room, and if we line up the rule of thirds, yes again, it's a very similar thing. We get sort of interest points on the dots. Taking different angles is going to be important, because ultimately that's what you're going to be doing. And if we take a look, we've got a very nice angle here. Now I said we weren't going to focus on key angles, but misplaced key angles don't really happen here, so you kind of don't have a problem there. But let's examine the palette now. We've got a very nice warm palette, but with touches of desaturation and coldness to really give a sort of strange feeling, sort of off-putting feeling. And on the outside, it continues like that. It's a very simply shaped room, and it's got a lot of nice decoration. But it's all very evenly detailed, and there's a lot of structural decoration. We're mostly covering interior here, but the bits where there are floral decoration, they've been so desaturated, and it's to the point where it's almost, this pristine building looks all weird and strange. I think I'm up here right now. Yeah, I am. There I am. And I think the most interesting part is that you don't actually enter from the front door. The front door's here. And guess where you start the game? Here. Nowhere near the front door. You start at a side alley. But generally from the front door, it's an interesting, I mean, first off, we're enclosed. Whoa. But if you were to get a wider shot, you would get these nice tucked in bits, some very nice depth. And looking at it, we have a mostly flat roof, but with a point at the top, which is a very nice homely feel. It's an interesting blend of roofs. That said, it doesn't really have a roof. It does, it's just only around the rim. So, let's head to our final subject for today's video. I know it feels like it's blown by, but the next one's going to be a bit longer because we're heading to Sky Battle. Well, here we are. Sky Battle! There I am. So this is a much more complex area, and that's because this is what Sky Battle looks like. It's actually really fun, despite being terrible at PvP. So we're going to sort of go through what I did if we just crank up the speed to about 525. But first, let's have a quick rundown of sort of the area. For some reason, there's a purple theme, despite the fact that there's only one purple team, and coincidentally, I'm on it. But yeah, it's sort of a desaturated, not desaturated, but like cold, saturated palette to give it sort of that regal feel, and the purple really helps. But there's quite a bit of texture in terms of the blocks, but a low amount of gradients. We haven't seen many here, and I think that's because it only really works on wide walls. Bear with me, but there's a lot of floral decoration as well as just general bridges, and it's a very nice sort of fantasy vibe they've gone for here. This central courtyard is brilliant, and I embarrassingly die here later on. So let's get straight to all of the key angles I took to. Here we go. You can see immediately we sprint off after this wonderful view of the map, which if I just quickly rule of thirds it, you can sort of see it's close. And yeah, instantly we have somebody test their minor levitation and my teammate dies. Already I've raced over here. I'm absolutely going to need to slow this down, but this is a very nice area. We get this lovely sort of 3/4 shot that places everything so nicely. Yeah, let's certainly turn down that speed. That's way too fast. That much. Hey, come back! Come back, me! So instantly I run up, and I'm about to go up here, I think. Yeah, I explore that chest, grab some stuff, and oh yes, I head up this one because the other one had been blocked off. This is a brilliant view. It's a top-down look at the courtyard, and it's just so nice and brilliantly placed. Let's just... Way! I remember that because you can see I'm like, yay! After this, we head into the middle. From what I can remember, yeah, we head into the middle. I get a couple nice bow shots, but I run out of arrows, and this is where it all goes wrong. But first, let's just admire how nice this bit is. If I slow down my speed, you can see we're in the middle of this brilliant void courtyard. It's this brilliant, unrealistic build that just works brilliantly. I keep saying brilliant! I need to stop saying that word. Anyway, let's watch how I die, shall we? I know this isn't a PvP video, but it's quite amusing. I'm so focused on killing this guy that... Oh, God! Okay, so it turns out anytime I hit somebody, that happens. It's all a bit glitchy, but yeah, if you can deal with the, I might need to slow it down so it's not so motion sicky. But I had no idea that I thought there was a flooring here, and this is exactly what happens. Yeah, this. Ignore the hurting animation playing. You can see I immediately go for the kill. I'm actually doing decent, like I'm hitting him. I didn't realise where I was, and as we fall, I get this brilliant thing of, oh dear. And he ends up dying, I think. Yeah, we both fall into the void. You can see I'm cycling, and I end up on a spark of minor levitation. By then, it's too late. I'm already dying, but I do manage to salvage it. Woohoo! Elimination! And you can see by now I'm trying to levitate back up, but it's not going to be enough and I end up dying. That's how this one ended. Shame it had to look like that. So that's about it. I'm trying to look at the amount... Can we please not be so tilted? Thank you. No. So, yeah, that's about it. That was a shorter video than last time, but just because of how it was done. I can't look at myself. Oh well. So this was a very nice video to make. I really enjoyed it, and, you know, it's nice looking at people who are better at building than you. And just examining exactly what makes it so nice. I think it's also just the structuring. Like, you can see we have this brilliant symmetrical castle shape where we have the central courtyard surrounded by castle walls and all the spawn points there, and the sort of, like, I don't even know what those are. They look like observatories, but the shaping and depth and generally everything about MCC Island is brilliant. Next episode, or sometime soon, we're going to be going on to Hypixel for a very similar analysis, so I'll see you there. But for now, that's it for this episode of What's Only's Craft Theory. I guess I'll just go into the void.